you're behind me. Na 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 na. I'll keep going, nothing can stop me. Na 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 na.
Well, hello everyone. Been a while. Well, at least for my Twitch people, it's been a while. For this channel, I haven't done anything with it in years. The reason I'm having to use it now will probably be more thoroughly explained Saturday, but needless to say, I had a different YouTube channel, and it got copyright struck by an asshole. So now I'm using it as the primary again. For tonight, though, I'm just kind of testing out the wheels, making sure everything works fine for the show on Saturday I'm going to be doing. Using Restream and all that. I'm sure some of my Twitch people are probably well aware what's going to be going on here. Took a little bit of a break because of another asshole. That's being worked out, but I have a feeling that's going to be handled just fine, and I won't have to worry about too much of anything. For tonight, though, what I'm going to do is kind of test things out, make sure everything's working on both sides with Restream in preparation for the Saturday show. But we'll be having some video games and stuffs. And we're also going to be dealing with a guy we haven't gotten to talk about in a while, and that's Chris Sojka. And maybe a few other people, but mostly Chris, while I doodle around playing a game that I haven't actually played in very well. Like, I've been meaning to play Warlords back when I was a kid. There was a demo for it on the old Macintosh that I had, and I never really got to go far in the game. And then I found this emulator. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've got to play it while listening to this absolute freaking clown. I brought some whiskey. Let's see how far we can go dealing with Chris flippin' Sojka. Let's get it on. The biggest AMC clown known to man on X. And we may talk stocks. I don't know. This, like I said, this is mostly testing to make sure my setup and everything still works fine. So come along for the ride. Stick around. This should be fun. Maybe some YouTube people will join us. Ain't gonna hold my breath too hard. Chris. Yeah, we'll go with that name. That makes total sense. Right. Yeah, let's do that. I didn't say do that, though. I wonder what Chris is going to babble on about AMC this week. It'll be really interesting. Get started here in a minute. Well, it's a good thing I have nothing better to do than sit and watch you be an idiot, Chris. Well, probably would help if I ended my turn.
What's going on?
Not a whole lot, Chris.
Welcome back.
I don't know if I really want to come back.
A lot of people who like.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who criticize. I'm not here to please. So.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. How are we doing? Like and retweet if you want to share the space. It is much appreciated. We're going to get started.
I'm sure. Woohoo!
Use this. Sure. Okay. Now,
Oh boy.
we will show kind of how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Best of my ability.
Sick here.
Okay.
He's really soft, so I'm going to turn him up so I can actually hear him. So all of us can actually... Oh, gosh. No, don't do that again. Ah. Why are we breaking out the, like, ruler with the leveling tools? What are we doing here? Do I want to know what we're doing here? Because I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and let this turn go and build up my army. while I try and figure out what the fuck Chris is doing over here, because I don't know if I'm... I can't wait till he explains what any of this has to fucking do with AMC.
Give me a couple seconds here.
Give you a couple seconds. Why couldn't you do this before you turned on the camera? Like, I had my shit set up ready to go. Why couldn't you have drawn your stupid fucking chart before you turned on the camera? What are we doing here? No. Stop it. Stop trying to interpret what I'm doing into something it's not.
Okay. Okay. Financial warfare against the American people is the name of the game.
What?
The game that they're playing against us, right? This is
Luckily, I have this pre-ready. We gotta... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Could you do that? No. Apparently, we're just not going to grab the one thing I want. How about this? Thank you! Yes, we're going to put this right up here above Chris. The big... Well, actually, we can leave it down here. The big old citation fucking needed.
the psychological warfare game. These people want to destroy our
All
lives.
these excuses for the fact that...
I don't know if they're...
All these excuses for you and your shitty fucking investment. Can you just admit that you picked a shitty insolvent company? Is that too much?
watching or listening to our calls or our lives, but whatever we're saying is being echoed from 2 and 3 years ago all across Twitter in the financial world.
Don't give yourself that much credit.
The American dream was about capitalism and hard work, and now even some of the most right-wing influencers who were hardcore pull yourself up by your bootstraps type of people are now coming to the realization that they've been stolen from. And we have a president in place who wants to get rid of taxes so that they can stop stealing from the people who work for a living and giving it to people who don't. This is what you know.
I
AIPAC
feel like we have a
AIPAC is
very
taking from the
confused.
American people and paying for Israel's education system, their Iron Dome system.
I thought we were just talking about stocks. What?
Their military, to build their infrastructure. We pay for all of that over there. We pay for half of the European Union. We pay for half of the United Nations. You know, we pay for like every NATO contract. We're just all over the place with our money being given away. So taking away the tax does a lot for the working class, but it's not enough. The warfare that they're waging on us is also in the markets, right? And they don't want you to be market educated. They want you to have your education be pushed on you by people who don't actually work, but who
kind of like you
leverage finance against you because you're such a good-spirited, good-hearted person that you're not willing to play the game with them. You think you can overcome their leverage and their scheming with hard work, and you can't. Okay?
Actually, like you can by just not playing their game. Like, why are you trying to be a trader? You should just be an investor. And I know he's going to absolutely butcher the concept of what being an investor is, along with, you know, all these other fucking meme stock clowns. But, like, you can do hard work and invest. And if you don't want to do hard work, you could just buy a freaking ETF and do better than this freaking clown. In fact, you could get a better investment than this clown by simply sticking cash in a fucking brokerage account and getting the FFR minus, you know, your brokerage's little haircut and be better off than this clown. He's down 90%. Cash currently returns 4%. What, like, there's no shadowy cabal keeping him from whatever fucking mythical fucking profits he thinks he's going to get. No. His own stupidity is what's keeping him from success. Just... God save me from these people.
This is warfare. This is
No. It's you're a fucking idiot. That's what it is.
Because there are rules to this shit, okay?
You're a fucking idiot.
Markets exist for the simple reason of taking money from businesses and giving it to people who prop them up. So if you invested in a business, the idea is that you're supposed to be able to prop that up, okay? You're supposed to build those businesses.
No. The entire point of equity is the same as if it was with credit. It's a return on your investment. You put money in, that money grows in value over time because of the business, and you get a return on that investment based on value. It's not your job to prop up this fucking business. The business's job is to run the fucking business. Like, this is what happens when you get your financial education for people who clearly couldn't even make it out of fucking high school.
Now, the way that this starts, this whole process starts from beginning to end by printing money. You have to print money and give it to banks. That's how the Fed works.
Get this book out. And I'm gonna beat you fucking with it, you... Oh my god. He's not just financially illiterate, he's economically illiterate too. Like, what else does he not fucking understand? I have a feeling we're going to learn a lot of things that he doesn't even know. Not like, pontificates on them with not a fucking clue.
You print the money to people, and you lend that money to people who want to start businesses, and then those people start businesses. But where we're at in the cycle now, okay, we're well beyond printing money to give to people to start businesses. Now, people don't start as many businesses because they're super high risk and they're super high interest loans, and it's very hard to get a business set up in America nowadays. So what do people do? They set up LLCs and they,
Those are still businesses. They're just differently structured businesses. The reason that people don't set up businesses is because there's not as much economic growth in the country right now. Why do you think there's so many bankruptcies that have been going on right now? Like, jeez, this guy should just stick to, I don't know, something other than finance, because he just clearly has lost the plot. I mean, he's a QAnon moron, so I mean, he lost the plot a long fucking time ago, but I digress.
Maneuver themselves and use tax loopholes and do everything that they can other than start an honest business. And they never take these businesses public.
They never take the business public because they want to own it. Like, the only reason you would take a business public is if you want to extract equity and cash out. Like, it's fine if you don't take the business public. Like, that's perfectly acceptable. Like, what? I clearly do not... Should I just chug this? Because, like, I need to get to his IQ score. Do I need... Is it one glass? Do I need to get through the whole bottle? Like, what do we need to do here? Because this is painfully dumb. Like, usually Chris at least has stuff that you can, like, laugh at. He's that stupid. But this is just... This is... I don't know. This is just really dumb. It's painfully dumb. It's a level of dumb that I don't know what to do with, because
for obvious reasons nowadays. But for the companies that have to go public because they're desperate for cash, they have to.
Why? Why are they desperate for cash? Huh? Huh? What? Why might they be desperate for cash? Is it because their business model doesn't fucking work? Like, companies don't need to go public. And moreover, they don't need to go public, especially if they're an operating business. But like, why? Why would a company need to go, like, there's a lot of reasons why companies go public solely to go public. It's because their underlying business model doesn't fucking work. So they gotta steal other people's money to make it work. Gosh, this guy's just...
The people see this as a time, right? It's a very specific time period where a new technology comes out that resets the global landscape for business. The 2000s, it was the .com boom. Everyone needed a website. .com this, .com that. Nobody knew what was
Is this lagging the shit out of that?
going, but they loved it and they pumped it, and then they had to
What's going on here?
What they do is they print a bunch of money to.
Must just be my recording's kind of effed up.
You know, with,
Awesome.
Y2K, and are the banks going to be able to turn over, and is the money going to turn over, and all the stress, and there was all this, talk about this stuff. But then you had 9/11, and this is the idea, though, right? You get them to print money.
Did I miss some steps here?
Or any specific.
Did I miss some steps here? Because I feel like this conversation has gone 9 miles out of its way to just take us in a direction that has nothing to do with anything.
War,
I'm.
When they give that money to the bank,
Tell us you're making shit up without telling us you're making shit up.
And destroy certain companies because now they can leverage against companies that they don't like or want to take over, and
What?
they can pump companies. The Fed has.
I think this recording's kind of fucked.
Going to stay in where it's at, and these are.
We're gonna try and fix this.
The Fed has to print money for some reason, and when they give that.
For some reason! The Fed has to print money for some reason. He can't quantify what that reason might be. Most people, when they reach that point, they just realize they're a fucking idiot and just shut up. But no, this numpty moron keeps running his stupid fucking mouth for some reason. Would that reason be because the economy is growing, that there's more participants in the economy, and therefore the money supply needs to increase with the demand for that money in the marketplace in order to facilitate a growing economy? Could that possibly be the reason? Jesus Christ.
Money to the banking industry. That allows them to pump and destroy certain companies because now they can leverage against companies that they don't like or want to take over, and they can pump companies that are on the come up, right? That they want to prop up. So, this is like, this is your little AMC theater, okay? This is your little AMC, and this is your NVIDIA, okay?
Oh
And
boy.
This is your little engine that could, right? Like this is your General Electric, right? This is just kind of staying where it's at, and these are you're back already?
Already.
How'd it go?
Success.
Wow, fantastic. And this is like your HYMC. These are like your junior miners, right? And this is like the gold and silver market in America.
I feel my brain slowly dying, and I'm not even drinking it right now.
And this is your what? Give me something else. This is what could I? Well, maybe I'll erase this one. This one's really bad example. This is like
All your examples are bad, Chris. What are you talking about?
Tesla's a little bit bigger. Okay, and let's say this. This is another one too.
I don't feel like we're losing much here by the fact that this video is not being kind of jank.
And this is not like specific, obviously. There's no specifics here. Let's say this is,
No specifics. Yeah, because if you got real specific, Chris, it would expose even more how fucking stupid you are.
smaller than these.
Oh my goodness.
Can't really think of anything right now, but it doesn't matter. Okay?
Oh, it doesn't
But
matter.
the idea is, okay?
I don't think
the
he
idea
thinks too
is
often anyway.
that
So.
they printed money, okay? And
Mhm.
where did that money go? That money went in two specific things, okay?
Even more how
It went
fucking stupid
in
you are.
to technology stocks. So the bulk of it went in to moving this price from where it was to what you see in the green, right? This may have been a $1 trillion company, but now it's a $3 trillion company or a $2 trillion company. You know, this thing pumps. This thing pumps because they print, right? So they print the money.
No, NVIDIA pumps because it delivers actual economic, like, I don't know why I'm trying to explain this. It's not like he can hear me. And it's not like even if he could hear me that, you know, he'd understand.
And the banks pump this up, okay? Now, is it really worth that? They know it's not. They propped up all of these other companies. Like, here's one for you. I'll put it up there. MSTR, MicroStrategy.
Oh my goodness. At least he found one of the scam codes to call a scam. Yes, MicroStrategy is definitely a scam co. It is definitely a scam co being propped up by its CEO. That's the fucking scam. It's not a good company. It's a company using Bitcoin to try and... Yeah, I'm not going to win that. Nope, didn't think so. It was a good thought. Actually, I should stop lying. That was not a good thought. But, you know. But anyway, MicroStrategies is a scam. Michael Saylor is a fucking con man grifter. And that was already proved during the dot-com bubble. He's just found a new grift, and it's Bitcoin. Like, and it's going to collapse like a house of cards on him, too. And GameStop's trying to do the same thing now. So, like, you know.
Okay, like a Bitcoin play or something like that. But the idea is to get the money printed and pumped into something, okay? And the idea is to take these companies, right, and take their market caps, what their true value is, right, and start pushing them down, crushing them down.
What?
Right? You take Tesla.
No.
And you start whittling away at Tesla with your short positions. You know.
Okay, you start whittling away at Tesla because it's trading at insane multiples. Like, oh my. I'm not going to waste my time trying to explain fundamentals
MSTR,
to
because the money's
a
pumped,
clown.
right? It's pumping in the economy. They're able to overachieve because they're pumping into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just going up. You know, gold and silver. It's kind of going up, right? It's kind of going up with inflation, but it hasn't seen anything yet.
What?
You know, you've seen very little. Actually, you've seen this go down. HYMC. Right?
Does this
From where it started.
analogy have like a point
And they
at
need
some time?
need to destroy these companies, right? They
No.
need to destroy these companies from where they hit. Okay? So the concept is simple. They need to print money in the market.
No.
They need to find any reason to print money to themselves, which was COVID. This time
I'm starting to wonder if I'm really going to be keeping up with Chris because he's just... And this is the AMC crowd in general. They're all a bunch of QAnon nutjob losers, whether it's the Project Popcorn people or idiots like Chris, who need to cover up for the fact that they are life's losers and will always be life's losers because they don't have the IQ score necessary to manage their lives appropriately. and life has been more than happy to gleefully kick them while they're down. But instead of accepting the fact that they are epic failures at the game called life, they need to blame someone else for their failures, because accepting the fact that they are the source of their problems would absolutely crush their ego. So best to blame other people, the evil they that they cannot explain nor define nor prove are actually the source of their problems. Better to make up a Fantasyland story than accept the fact that they fucked their own life.
Around it was COVID. Last time around it was the 2008 crisis. They're waiting a couple more years to create another crisis, and it's going to be a financial crisis, right? They don't know what they're going to do, but the market has to change. Everything in finance has to change because of the circumstances around the Fed, because of the amount of money that's printed, because of the national debt, and they can't print their way out of the situation without completely destroying markets, okay? So, you know, the second round of inflation will absolutely, destroy the American dollar, and that puts more pressure.
People have been saying that for a while, and it still hasn't fucking happened.
They're already short massive amounts of gold and silver. They're also short massive amounts of AMC.
Citation needed.
Short a good sizable amount of Tesla as well. We know that they're short a massive amount of GameStop. Okay.
Not really.
Short positions and long positions in math and MicroStrategies and stuff like that. There's a massive short position on gold and silver. This is where the real battle is, though. We have to figure out, okay, where they're going to rotate all of this money. There's trillions of dollars locked up in the pumping of technology stocks, the top 7, right? And
because they are profitable companies that are on the bleeding edge of the next thing. Now, you can debate if you want to if AI or whatever is the next big thing or not, but there's a reason why they have forward PE multiples that, well, some of them do that. I mean, it's because there's actual growth there. There is no growth in AMC. It's a company that is functionally insolvent and continues to struggle quarter over quarter to actually produce profits. GME is operationally not profitable and requires the cash that they stole from investors to prop them up. Like, there's a reason why these valuations are so fundamentally different between the Magnificent Seven and these shitco companies that you and your friends buy into. One is a functionally solvent company that makes shit tons of money. The other are a handful of shitcos that idiots like you have decided to buy into. There's your difference.
Nvidia is just a representation of one of the many companies that has been pumped. And you guys should buy Nvidia. You guys should buy Nvidia. You guys should buy Nvidia.
Yeah, because Nvidia is a really fucking good company. Like, what was it, about this time last year? They fucking 4x'd their revenue. Yeah, you should buy companies that make money. You should buy companies that return value to investors. And then, of course, he has the gall to have this, like, yeah, you should invest. It's like he's mocking people for doing the most obvious fucking thing in finance. As if we're the idiots, not him. This is why I went from being sorry for people like him to just, I hope people like Chris continue to lose money hand over fist. When you are this ignorant while being this fucking, this level of, like, an asshole. When you have an ego this big while being this fucking stupid, you deserve to be punched in the face by life again and again and again and again. And I will get out the biggest tub of popcorn to just watch you get the shit kicked out of you, to get curb stomped by life. Because people like you, you get what you deserve.
You're buying 0.0000001% of a $3 trillion company.
Yeah, you want to know how much? Let's take a look at that video. Nope. Yeah, that worked out for you, didn't it, bucko? NVIDIA. 1 second here. I'll pull this over for a sec. NVIDIA. That's why you invest in NVIDIA. Like, what is this? Is there a way to... Fuck it. Let's do it on Google. Yeah, NVIDIA stock. How's it been doing? Oh, it's up 1,635% in the past 5 years. And in this year alone, it's up 20% year over year. Yeah, year to date, it ain't doing so hot. But, like, if you invested in NVIDIA this time last year, you'd be up 21%. Why would you invest in NVIDIA? I don't know. Fucking makes me money.
You buy a share of NVIDIA. You're buying one millionth
Okay.
of a company.
So what?
You
It's
know,
still a
when you buy
20% return.
Like pennies. You get pennies worth of profit for this company.
So, how did your big investment, Hot Shop, work for AMC down 90% while someone who invested in NVIDIA is up 20%? In fact, over the past 5 years, from like the beginning of COVID, they're up over 1,000%, while you got your face curb stomped. Like, who's the real winner there, jackass? Who?
And people think it's a great buy. They're like, oh, it's a great buy, it's a great buy. It might have a great future, but they constantly have to reinvent themselves. And these guys know.
No, they don't. No, they don't. What? They just keep doing what they have been doing. They just perfect it. They do it better.
They're savvy, okay? These bankers are savvy. They thought that during COVID and during crypto, during all this stuff with mining technology and AI, all of this pumping and pumping and pumping, they never thought that China would come out with a graphics processor that could compete with NVIDIA.
They didn't, though. They fucking didn't. They came out with an AI program, a program. China is so far behind in producing semiconductors, these chips, that they literally try and backdoor buy them from NVIDIA, or just legitimately, well, not legitimately, because they try to steal them. There's an embargo on selling these new chips to China. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, you fucking idiot? No, like, it was the programming. NVIDIA is unquestionably the leader when it comes to GPUs. No one can touch them. Like, no. Like, it's one thing if you're an idiot. It's another thing if you're idiot in my area of expertise. You stupid fucking twat. Not a fucking clue.
With the graphics processing that goes into artificial intelligence. And they never thought they'd get found out, right? That they didn't need NVIDIA processors to actually get AI up.
They did, though. It's the programming.
Running at these performance levels. So a much cheaper version from China, a duplicate version of the NVIDIA chip, was created in China.
No.
It blows NVIDIA's cover. Now,
No.
it sustained a significant portion of its value, but the reality is that is printed money and pumping by banks. The banks are pumping NVIDIA, and they're trying to unload all of that onto unsuspecting retail investors, pension funds, and 401ks. That's why they hype things in the news. They need you to buy something, and they need you to sell the things that they're attacking. So what are they attacking right now? GameStop.
You're attacking my fucking intelligence with your stupidity. That's what you're doing.
They've been attacking this. This is a 50-year play that's playing out in gold and silver. Maybe even more. It's maybe 100 years. This is a once in a century opportunity in gold and silver. It really is. And I wish I would have bought more gold and silver at much lower prices. You always miss out on these opportunities.
I'm sure.
Literate enough.
Imagine if he invested in gold instead of fucking AMC. He might actually know what an ROI is.
Generally aware of just how money works, right? And again, gold and silver is real money. Currency is not real money.
Not real money. Like, if you want to make fucking seashells money, you can. Money is a social construct. Money is a unit of exchange, a store of value, a unit of account. Anything can be money. Proven by the fact that we use literal numbers on a computer screen to identify money without having even physical dollars. Shut the fuck up.
But when the world needs gold and silver, it has to pay real money. There has to be a bidding war. Physical silver has to be located.
What? You are such an idiot. Like, I'm flabbergasted by the level of stupidity there. Also, even if that was true, when I buy a computer, they actually have to locate me a computer. Yeah, great analysis there. Still meaningless to the conversation, but thank you for it.
Can you go get my bar?
Yeah, go get his bar.
Silver?
Yeah.
Since you're just like, his slave.
So this is what's interesting about this. This company actually is dependent on gold and silver. So what?
No.
All of these.
Not at all.
This thing is so heavy.
It is heavy.
It's heavier than my 5-pound weight.
Whoa. Okay. So this is the new silver bar that we just bought. We made an investment in silver.
Yeah, because you're an idiot.
A nice, beautiful investment. I love it. It feels good. It's heavy as hell.
I'm sure it makes you feel good at night.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of shiny silver. And it's a great investment right now. And that's why
It's a great investment. It's shiny. That's why it's a great investment.
The reason we bought this
is you're an idiot.
They need this to run their technologies. Okay. Now they want to rotate in. They want to rotate into gold and silver, but they've shorted this down. Okay, so they've taken whatever pump there's been, and they've taken gold and silver down to these levels that you.
I still feel that this emulator is lagging with some weird reason.
The true price just keeps going lower, and that's the real price of gold and silver right now. It's like a sliver of what it should actually be. And how
according to who? You? Like, hate to break it to you, but market determines price. So, the real value is what you see on your screen. And if you don't like that value, well, tough fucking noogies. That's what the market tells you. And you can wait it out and see if it gets higher. You might get lower. But you know what? That is the market value. Participants in the market have determined that is the price that they'd be willing to pay or sell for that given thing. If you don't like that price, well, tough fucking shit.
Know this because the actual use cases of all physical gold and silver are starting to explode in the technology market. And in order for these print and pump people to rotate out of their NVIDIA investment, out of their short in all these things, they need to dump this and pay off their short positions here, right? So they need to start closing these positions.
This
now,
is dumb.
The reason that Adam Aaron gets into Highcroft mining with Diane Garrett and Eric Sprott
to basically screw you.
There's no way they have to get out of AMC in the near future. He's looking at it. He's obviously a financial genius. He's obviously a genius CEO. He says AMC isn't going to be able to turn movies out fast enough to put pressure on these people to make them close short positions. We need some other catalyst to grow our market cap, to pay down debt because of the behavior in the markets. In any and all of these cases, outside of physical gold and silver, they can print as many short positions as they want, right? Tesla went through it. Elon Musk came out and said, hey, they're naked shorting Tesla. This short selling is bullshit, and you shouldn't be...
Yeah, because just like you, Elon Musk is a massive fucking bitch. He's still the richest man in the world, but apparently the idea that people don't like his shitty fucking company makes him piss his fucking pants. That's why you like Elon Musk, because just like you, he's a big fucking pussy.
If you can't sell houses that you don't own, and you can't sell cars that you don't own, why can you sell shares of companies that you don't own? Or
Full of a fuck it. I hate this analogy so much because it's so fucking retarded. Like, what? If that's right, then no loans should ever exist because a bank is lending money it doesn't have. Her. God. I swear. Just... People like this deserve everything that happens to them.
Haven't borrowed, and that's the point. He knew that the market was messed up.
No, he was a bitch. That's his problem. Elon Musk is a bitch.
Maybe Doge will do something about it, but we can't count on Elon.
He is a fucking pussy coward.
He's doing his thing. Let Doge do their thing. I will not beg anybody to save me in this situation. I would like for them to do the right thing.
I won't.
I would like for there to be justice in our markets. But in the event
oh, there's plenty of justice in your markets. You just don't like the outcomes because you're a child.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see this NVIDIA position. I know that they have to unwind this.
No, they really don't, though.
Get it off their books, and they have to do it while telling people it's still a good buy. Like, imagine doing that, telling someone that something is a good buy while simultaneously selling it to them. Like, here, don't you want $1 billion of NVIDIA at this super high price? And they're like, yeah, I guess. And then all of a sudden they're like, Jesus, this guy's selling me a lot of NVIDIA lately. And you're buying it, and it's going down, and you're like...
Now, apply this logic to this clown trying to get you to buy AMC. Like, just think about that for a second. He's telling this narrative about NVIDIA about, oh man, they're really doing everything to sell this. Man, that's really shady. Meanwhile, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Please buy all the AMC. Please, 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 please. So I can do exactly what I say the other market participants are to you and make up the 99% I'm fucking down on this shitco company.
It's an even better discount at these low levels.
This dude thinks that somehow, like... It's amazing. It's amazing how these meme stock clowns think that somehow you are dumber than they are when they are the dumbest fucking investors in the market. Please. This clown's epic bet is that you are fucking dumber than he is. Please do not prove him right.
Does the company's market cap actually... Is it justified by how much it makes? Well, this is why they got into a whole bunch of trouble. They had a bunch of companies that they were propping up with orders who were ordering NVIDIA products, but weren't actually, being transparent on their books. And the SEC and all these other people tried to jump in, and they were able to prevent NVIDIA from collapsing from, all this fraud that's surrounding it. But we know this is a symptom of pumping. This is a pump system, right? This is pumping NVIDIA to extremely high numbers in pension funds, in 401ks, and getting the general public to think this is the greatest company of all time, when it's a very good company.
Yeah, he has to admit that NVIDIA actually is a good company that produces great products. Like I had this discussion when I first started my channel, when Marantz was crying about NVIDIA, explaining the technology that they had basically at the time taken two processors and bound the two processors together to where they acted as if they were one processor, and the latency between them was 0, and that the computer itself treated it as if it was one processor. That's the kind of innovative shit that's going on in NVIDIA. That's why NVIDIA has the valuation that it is. That's why NVIDIA has the revenue it does. And that's why it's a better investment than your fucking shitco movie theater company. And why your shitco movie theater company will never be valued at the same price as NVIDIA. Because NVIDIA is forwarding human advancement in technology. Meanwhile, you own a stupid fucking movie theater company. Get the fuck out of here.
But it's not nearly what it is, but it doesn't matter. They can sell hype no matter what. As long as they think the general...
Says the guy trying to build up AMC into something it absolutely fucking is not. Jesus Christ. Please take the plank out of your own eye before adjusting this speck in someone else's. You fucking hypocritical piece of shit.
Public wants something and they can continue to sell something, they'll continue to pump that thing right on top of your head. Doesn't matter if it goes to 2 trillion or 3 trillion or 4 trillion. That's your fault for buying it, okay? And they're the ones who are going to take that, and they're going to eventually
I swear to
destroy
God.
it, right? So they go from the pump into the destroy market, and they set this
Absolute
new number,
fucking bullshit.
Right? They set this new number. They clip the top right off of this, right? They headhunt everybody's 401k pension fund all at the same time. Every 401k pension fund and retail holder gets scalped right here super hard. And we're not talking about like a scalp. We're talking you're getting your fucking head completely chopped off, right? This is like a head severing. So a lot of people are going to lose their head.
Very graphic there. I hope you don't get banned from Twitter from that. Oh, wait. It's ran by Elon Musk. Of course you're not going to get banned.
So then they've got to rotate into something, right?
Especially when you're slobbering all over his knob.
Normally, they would like to close, right? This is, where's my other marker? They would like to close at these all-time lows, right? So they brought these prices down, and they would like to use the money from their capture to start buying shares back. But if people aren't willing to sell where they want to close, it gets them stuck. See, they're trying to destroy this, but they need to be able to guarantee that they can close here. They want to destroy this, but they need to be able to guarantee that they can close here. So they may be siphoning more money out of the pension funds at this level in NVIDIA and Apple. They might need 3 months or 6 months, but the market doesn't give them time. They just deal with what they can for as long as they can. So they're not in control of everything, but they're in control of enough stuff that they can swindle the market for quite a long time. Now, where do we hold these people accountable? We've tried direct registering shares with GameStop. We bought popcorn and drinks and saved AMC from bankruptcy.
You have not saved AMC from bankruptcy. Why don't you go look at that balance sheet and come back to me later? The company that's still having to fight with its creditors because it tried to fuck them over. Yeah, it's funny how you forget about shit like that in your dumb as fuck analysis. Thank you.
quarter four. It had minimal effect. This thing is trading at lower prices, at bankruptcy level prices, and it was
Yeah, because it's about to go bankrupt potentially. Imagine that.
If it didn't buy more IMAXs and Dolbys and pay off some of its debt, this thing would have had EPS. This thing would have been earnings positive. So
no, not really.
The same thing with HYMC. These things are super heavily shorted down. They took this thing down from like.
Okay, I'm clearly not gonna win with this.
Way higher market cap.
Don't even know how they got that double.
They don't
but
want these things blowing up in their face.
let's try this again. See.
They want to print, pump. They want to destroy, and then they want to rotate. But they cannot rotate in to these positions unless they can find people willing to sell. They can't find people willing to sell their Tesla. And don't think for a second they didn't conjure up all of this fucking bullshit Tesla shit to harm shareholders and to get people to panic sell.
It's an overvalued car company, like that is like you were fucking talking about an Nvidia hype, like Elon is the king of bullshit hype and lies. Again, more hypocrisy from this fucking clown.
And scare them out. Did you see the movement in Tesla? The movement in Tesla is more likely than not shorts closing.
As it continues to drill for fucking oil. Get the fuck out of here.
Seeing an opportunity, seeing a window of opportunity to say we don't want to have anything to do with this. We've already locked in a certain amount of gains. We'll rotate out of Tesla and close. Now this is all from the tiny scalp that they've had over the past month and a half on the market. They're still not done chopping down this market. They keep warning about recessions and warning about freaking market corrections.
Yeah, because your shithead president you voted for is talking about 15% tariffs on his fucking allies. Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of the problem. These punitive fucking tariffs that are going to absolutely wreck the economy and wreck people like you, all while you continue to fucking jerk off to him. I don't usually get political here, but man, when you're this fucking retarded.
And warning about it could get worse. It could get worse. Well,
yeah, because the president's acting like a fucking retard.
They have to break us, but we're already at the bottom. You're already at the bottom on HMC. You're already at the almost an equivalent market.
Yeah, because both those companies are about to go bankrupt. Anyway.
Market cap on GameStop. You're already at the lows on gold and silver. And how do we know that? Because the Chicago Mercantile Exchange isn't selling futures contracts for gold and silver anymore. They will not guarantee.
What? That is such an objective fucking lie. Where did you get that from? I sure would like to see some citations for that, you fucking liar.
A futures contract on gold and silver. How do we know that they're short gold and silver? Because England is fucked. They have no gold and silver. Switzerland is fucked. They have no gold and silver.
What? God, do you just making shit up now? Is that what's going on here? Just pulling it directly out of your fucking ass? Okay, sure.
Silver. America is buying up all the gold. And they have no silver at the COMEX. They're short at the Commodities Exchange. They have no silver. They're short hundreds of millions of ounces, and we only produce about 90 million ounces a month.
Uh-huh.
The orders are stacking, and the miners can't keep up with demand. Now, maybe it has something to do.
If that's the case, then why is silver so fucking cheap? This dude, I swear.
With retail, but most likely it has
Again,
to do with technology.
His entire bet is that you were fucking stupider than he is.
So
do
all
not
of
prove
this
him right.
Has already been being rotated in to this type of thing, right? Gold and silver has always been rotating in here. So this has always been suppressed nice and low so that Nvidia and Tesla can make massive profit margins on all of their technology. That's how they were able to grow. By the bankers who own Nvidia and Tesla suppressing gold and silver, Nvidia and Tesla were able to rip people's faces off on their profit margins and their revenue, and they were able to skyrocket off of this because technology was cheap because gold and silver were cheap.
I swear, this dude is just monumental levels of dumb.
If the gold and silver was
I don't
significantly
even.
higher, the price of a Tesla and the price of a graphics card would have been significantly higher.
Gonna need a citation for that.
So that they could recoup. But then the market would have shrank because only certain people can afford when you take us from the $80,000, $90,000 car to a $130,000.
I'm gonna test something and see if that's what
then
the
you start to
problem
get
is.
in territory that middle class people aren't
Kill
able
that.
to afford. And if you get into the $600, $700 graphics processor,
It's just a shitty.
into the $1,300,
If that's the
$1,500
case.
graphics processor, you're talking about only the
Oh,
most
well.
stubborn elite gamers and production studios with graphics processors are trying to buy that product. And maybe some mining companies for Bitcoin.
Cool story,
But
bro.
everyone else is like, I can deal with less. They price gold and silver would price out their customers. And people don't make enough money to afford these things. So these things.
Yeah, and if you live in an economy with supply and demand, what does that do to the price? Anyway,
the top of the middle class would become luxury items for most Americans. And guess what? There's not a lot of people in the 1% to prop up these luxury items. So that just means they would have to squeeze out smaller profit margins the entire way and sell what they could, which is not a good formula for business.
or because there'd be less demand for those materials, the price for those materials would fall until it reached a price which was affordable for a guy that's claims to be conservative capitalist, which, okay, he's probably not a capitalist, he's just a populist moron, but like he has such a fundamental lack of understanding of anything to do with anything, and it's special. It is special ed special.
Which means people would invest less in smaller profit margin businesses. Until gold and silver came back down, which it never will, most likely.
Unless gold and silver came back down, he had that moment where he realized supply and demand might have an effect on things, but he's like, no, but you know that'll never happen. That'll never happen. Don't worry, guys.
These guys won't make as much profits. See, the rotation, their ability to pump this came from the ability to get the gold and silver cheap. Without the cheap gold and silver, they could not have moved Tesla up. But now that they're out of gold and silver, see, gold and silver's depleted. They already used it. There is no printing it. There's no fucking running the money printer here, guys. There's no, oh, well, you know what? They could just go get more gold and silver and just keep pumping it. No.
I thought this was supposed to be a video about AMC. Why are we talking about all this shit that has nothing to do about a shitco movie theater company? Are we having to have these like long narrative, like it feels like a PP Seeds video, like they go 5 miles out of the way of the plot because there's nothing to talk about anymore. You're fucked. You fucked yourself. And there's nothing else to talk about. So now we're talking about money supply, printing, gold and silver, the economy, anything to not have to talk about the fact that AMC is fundamentally insolvent and you fucked yourself.
The fuck you can't. That's not how this shit works. This is the difference between being an AMC investor, an HYMC investor, and a GameStop
Nothing to
investor,
do with
and
anything.
being someone who buys physical gold and silver. They can't rehypothecate gold and silver into your account.
And yet they do. Anyway.
It's physical. They need the physical to go into the car, not paper. They need the physical to go into NVIDIA.
Yeah, but like how much like gold and silver is actually used in a graphics card? Like if you cracked one of those open and looked at that, I have. And really, if it got too expensive, they could just use another metal. This is dumb. This is really
Not
dumb.
the paper.
It's a guy who can't even do probably high school math trying to explain to you the intricacies of technology that he doesn't even fucking understand.
If you start to all simultaneously buy AMC, they just say, I don't give a fuck, print more IOUs. Fuck those people. You're not going to move the price up. I don't give a fuck. Make it short these people. Make it short them 1 billion times over. Whatever you do, don't let them raise capital on this company, because if you do, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're short, and we just keep going further short. We're short 1 billion today, we'll be short 4 billion tomorrow. Who gives a fuck? As long as they don't raise capital, who cares? Yes, is it that?
The reason they have to raise capital is because the company is fundamentally insolvent and does not make money. Like, this is a dude trying to tell people, yeah, it's okay that Adam Aaron is ripping money out of your fucking wallet and that you're getting no return on investment. It's totally okay because you're getting the shorts. Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro.
Absolutely. Is it counterfeit money? Absolutely. Is it a problem? Yes. Is it a crime? Absolutely. Can you do anything about it? Apparently not. You can complain and yell on the fucking internet until you're blue in the face for 3.5 fucking years in space calls, on tweets, in lives. You can tell the whole fucking world and no one cares that it's happening. They can be short 4 billion shares of a fucking company and nobody gives a fuck.
Gonna get rid of this.
Robert F. Kennedy can tweet about it. Elon can tweet about it.
Oh, Jesus.
Ryan Cohen, Adam Aaron, Diane Garrett. These people are powerless against them. They have to beat them straight up in the game.
You know how you beat them? By actually running a profitable company. Something that all three of those people have failed to fucking do consistently.
Of the market. They have to find their weak spot. And Adam found it. Adam said,
He still has not. He still has an insolvent shitco company. The only weakness that's been found is your idiocy to follow him off a cliff. And he's been more than happy to exploit that. Congrats. You are the dupe.
you motherfuckers need gold and silver, don't you? To run all of these fucking schemes that you've been using to pump all your technology companies.
What? Again, this conspiracy theory is so silly and so stupid. I don't even, like, what are... Is this the same? Yeah.
That you guys are so, that you guys covet so much. You guys love these technology companies. Technology's the future. Pump in AI. Let's have an electric car. Let's build a graphics processor. We can get into quantum computing. Not without gold and silver, you can't, you assholes. Not without gold and silver.
Okay.
And now you're short more than 100 million.
I mean, sure. Why not just make up more shit? It hasn't stopped you before.
short hundreds of millions of shares at other exchanges. There's a worldwide shortage, and guess what? Nobody's giving their shit out. Why should they? You guys have scammed the mining companies for the last 50 years.
What?
50
Citation needed.
years of scamming the mining companies. And you want to know how they did it? They stole the perception that gold and silver were useful in everyday life. Oh, don't buy gold and silver, it's useless. Well, yeah, no, I can't use.
What? I guess to make up these fucking straw man to try and back up his already shit-tastic argument, and it's just comically sad. It's so pathetic.
That giant piece of silver, unless I want to bash someone in the skull with it. But other than that, it's pretty much useless in my house. But I know you need it. I know you need it for your technology.
I don't need your silver. There's plenty. Thanks though.
Well, how big of a deal can that be? It's just 100 ounces of silver in some asshole's house. Why is that a big deal? What do you got?
Oh, nothing. I was just.
Stretching?
No, I got a good message.
Oh, cool. But
Excited.
you got excited? I thought
Yeah.
you were raising your hand. Just go ahead and shoot. It's cool. But yeah, they've been cheating these people because think about the poor miners. These guys are working their ass off in 100-degree heat out in the Nevada desert, getting gold and silver.
They're really not, though, and the plot of land that's owned by Highcroft is already gone bankrupt once because it's a shitty plot. It's just
Waiting for this to appreciate in value, thinking it's going to come soon enough, and some banker just keeps printing money and pumping technology stocks and destroying the gold and silver market. Repeatedly.
How?
While these guys continue to work and labor to make these fucking assholes rich. These shareholders, these banks own Nvidia and Tesla. These Wall Street bankers, the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, the State Street Capitals, they own 90% of this shit. They own 90% of all of this shit.
on behalf of people who are invested through their 401k. Like, that's always the part that knuckle-dragging fucking idiots like him keep forgetting. That, like, BlackRock doesn't actually own this. They own it to invest into an ETF on behalf of people in their retirement funds or in general funds. So, like, God, this is the dumbest conspiracy theory. Well, I mean, all conspiracy theories are pretty dumb, but, like, this is super special. Like,
so when the miner gets the gold and silver out of the ground, it's so that these companies can make more profit margins, not so that miners can make more profit margins. They suppress the price of gold and silver. They sell paper and future contracts months and months out, and they suppress and suppress and suppress. But guess what? The mining is slowing down. The silver is running out. And the game is about to be over. And you can contribute.
man, if only you could recycle old products to recoup. Man, if only that, like, wasn't a thing.
And come up if you want. I bought 100 ounces of silver. Not
Because you're
because
an idiot.
I want to, be a silver stacker for the rest of my life, although I will be from now on.
I'm going to be buying silver for the rest of my life. It has nothing to do with this dumb conspiracy theory, but it definitely has a lot to do with this dumb conspiracy theory. Oh my goodness. Man. Get better at lampshading your horse shit. Wow.
But because I know they need something, and they have stolen from me, so now I will take what they need until they negotiate for a better price. Because I want a better life.
They really don't need
And
your
the
shit.
way to
They
get a
really
better
don't.
life is through the things that they need. I want AMC to be a good company. I want HYMC to be a successful mine. I want movies to explode in value. I want the theaters to explode in profit. I want retail to win. But they don't care what I want. They only care about what they need. So I don't need to worry about what I want. I need to take what they need from them.
This is so dumb.
And I need to put it in my possession and have power over what they need. And say, this is what
Oh,
I
yeah.
want this to go up. Well, you need this. You need this. And if you
Not
don't
really.
give me the price that I want for gold and silver,
No,
then
not
you
really.
keep this down here all day. I'll just keep buying gold and silver.
Good for you.
And I'll tell people that the reason that this is going up is because they're using gold and
I like how this went from a talk about AMC to basically the dumbest conspiracy theory to come out of Wall Street Bets, which is the silver short squeeze. This is just this is a new level of dumb that I didn't think Chris was going to reach, but man, he just keeps digging that hole with a backhoe.
silver to short this company using the profits from these companies. And if we take away the profits from these companies, they can't short this company.
Citation needed.
And if they can't short this company, they're going out of business. If they can't keep selling shorts over here, they're going to go out of business.
No.
But they can't create profits over here if I'm buying the silver. See, the thing is these were the only buyers.
World's
for
dumbest conspiracy
Tesla
theory.
and Nvidia. Well, guess what? This is the biggest thing. There's a whale over here. And nobody knows what it is, but it's bigger than all of these companies combined.
Nobody knows what it is, but it's definitely bigger than all these other companies. Trust me, bro. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oops. Wow, this is... Oh boy.
And you might know what it is.
I'm getting out the ruler again.
Might not.
Oh, whoops.
What could possibly be bigger than Nvidia and Tesla and AMC and MicroStrategies and HYMC and Gold and Silver and GameStop? What could possibly be bigger than all this? What could possibly come in and just take all of this over? Does anyone know?
Yeah, why don't you give us the answer to that, Chris? What is it?
What people can
What is it,
possibly
Chris?
take over all of this if they wanted to? Well, you have to have a hive mind mentality. You have to do
Oh,
what's best
dear
for the group.
Jesus.
You have to do what's best for the people. And if labor the biggest market in the world, comes in and starts buying physical gold and silver,
This is how you get fascism, kids.
it's gonna piss these people off. Because you're not pissing Nvidia off. You're not pissing Tesla off. You're pissing these banks off that printed this money, pumped this money, and destroyed this market. You're taking
What?
control of the gold and silver that they so desperately need to pump their technology
Not really.
stocks. But it can't be one guy. It can't be two. It has to be a collective of brilliant-minded people who understand the value of money.
Well, you just excluded yourself by saying that it was brilliant-minded people who understand money, because that already exempts you from that group. So, do us all a favor, just sit down and shut the fuck up. You've already exempted yourself from this conversation. Go away now.
And separate it from currency. Again, currency is just the value of a bill in the current market. Okay? It's just what a bill is worth in the current market. A dollar is a dollar in fiat, but it's worth, a carton of eggs is $4.65, which means that the value of the dollar monetarily has been lost.
He was so close to the definition of currency, yet so far away.
So the amount of money it takes to get gold and silver has gone up not because the value of silver and gold has gone up, but because the value of the American dollar, the world reserve currency, has gone so far down.
Yes and no. Like, such an oversimplification of everything, because his peanut brain can't handle more than one thought at a time.
Because of printing. Because of printing, the value of gold and silver is rising.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
did not see themselves getting blindsided by Adam Aaron buying a gold and silver mine.
Oh,
They
yeah.
also
People
didn't
are
see
super scared
the
by
fact
Highcroft.
that the rise of retail was coming.
Super scared.
The rise of the American pissed off, angry fucking American, the true-blooded Americans were going to wake up.
The true-blooded retards. Correct yourself.
And they were gonna wake up a neighbor, and they were gonna shake each other the fuck awake.
Uh-huh.
There's a reason we're talking about gold and silver in 2025 to people. And I'm not a gold and silver bug.
Yeah. Gotta keep lampshading it, because you gotta make it about, because you, like, this is about recruiting morons to your QAnon conspiracy theories, because you realize that your little AMC grift is up. So you gotta shift the goalposts, because everyone's starting to figure you out for exactly who you are.
It's just the reality. Once you study money and study currency and start looking into labor, you start to realize these people are printing money against the labor that you do. Think about the people at Highcroft. They agreed to a $30 or $40 an hour wage. And then this dickhead prints 1/3 of the money supply, and these poor people get gold and silver shorted on top of it. So they're just like, here, just flood them with a bunch of money, but it's all worthless. The value
According
of the
to
labor
who?
went down. So
Worthless according to who? Worthless according to who? According to you?
MC person, go and buy the fucking gold and silver from them. Go buy the physical. Go control the physical. Be like Eric Sprott. Control the physical supply. Take it over. Take it. Vault it up.
If tomorrow you wake up and all the silver is like almost basically gone.
It's not just almost basically gone. It's fucking gone. Like, I want you to think. This is a 100-ounce bar. Okay? There's 200 million ounces of silver short. They're not coming anywhere close to filling that order.
So
They're not coming anywhere
you can't
close.
Where can you not buy silver right now? You told me the other day.
Well, they're shutting the futures contracts down. You can buy spot,
Citation needed.
but you can't buy futures. So what they're saying is the Chicago Board of Exchange or the Chicago Metals Exchange is shutting down futures contract. A futures contract is just like in the future.
I thought you were talking about somewhere overseas. You can't buy silver. Was it England or?
Well, no, England you can't buy gold.
Oh, it's gold.
Yeah, they shut down the gold over in England. You can't do that because there's certain nominations of gold. There's no gold left.
Yeah.
They emptied the gold vault. So it's like a 3-month wait to see if they can locate gold. So
Sure. Cool story, bro.
they have to wait for mining companies, and then they have to locate gold. And this is the same in Switzerland. We emptied the Vatican.
Emptied the Vatican of all its gold. Be a cool story if that was true.
Trump is doing this because he's putting it in a vault. He knows the importance for the future of technology. Something's coming. Something's coming technologically. And it's not fucking F-47 Raptors. It's probably quantum computing. It's probably fucking some extravagant technology that's going to move us forward from the phone to the next generation. But the idea that they're not going to need gold and silver in that technology is just completely insane. They're going to need gold and silver in every application moving forward and every technology moving forward. All of the freaking robots that are going to be in your house, the AI robots, the Tesla robots, all of that shit is going to take AI. And guess what? All of the AI is going to need more silver than you've ever imagined because it's all electrical systems. All of this stuff. The future is gold and silver. And they've shorted it so many times that they've bankrupted themselves. They just don't want you to know it. If you knew that the person that was making you poor needed gold and silver, would you buy some? If the person that had their boot on your fucking head needed gold and silver, would you buy gold and silver to get their boot off your head? That's the question.
I mean,
and we're not talking about
that's
contracts.
assuming that's
We're
actually
talking
the
about
truth, which I highly
physical
doubt.
Silver. These people need it, and they can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get it, and they can't ship it to their companies to make profit if it's in our houses. Okay? It slows the process down. How badly do you need that silver? Well, this is how badly I need that Ferrari, and this is how badly I need that boat. This is how badly I need that land. This is how badly I need that fucking horse. This is how badly I need this castle. This is how badly I need it. So if you need this silver more than that shit, then fucking we can trade. But until you give me the shit I need, find another partner. Find another person to buy and sell from. These people deserve to be rich. The gold and silver miners. And they've been screwing the gold and silver miners for over 50 years.
Okay, yeah. Just keep going. Like you've
screwing
yet to find a
CEOs
single
of
part of
these
this that's
miners
true.
For over 50 years. There's no reason to secret handshake with these fucking people. You should be the 1%er. You should be the fucking billionaire. You should be on top of the world, not these people. These people just...
Oh, trust me, the people of these companies are part of the 1%ers, and they laugh at you when you pretend like they are somehow the poor underdog that needs defending from an idiot like you. They see you as the schmuck they're about to shake down for all the money they could ever want, and they pretend to be your friend while you're in the room, and then when you walk out, they laugh. They laugh at people like Chris Sojka and how fucking stupid he is. Watch me as I lift another couple Chris dollar bills out of this moron's wallet. This is the disease of populism. How it takes people, directs them at some target, while the people that are leading them extract every crisp, thin dollar out of them extract their wealth, extract their labor, extract everything out of them, and laugh at them. This fucking idiot thinks that he is fighting the good fight while he's just another dupe that a bunch of other people steal from. And if he wasn't such a fucking arrogant prick, I'd actually feel sorry for him.
Fucking print money and steal shit. Fuck them.
Look,
Oh, is that it?
it's little. I thought it was gonna be bigger.
No, that's cool. Got one of these. Just to flip through. Pretty cool. Check it out. Gotta have one in the house though, right? The concept is very simple. They have been masquerading in this market as, you know, geniuses when they're really just market manipulators, right? And they don't want you to know that they're manipulating the market. But just think, if you were to
Go
take
look in
that
a
power
mirror.
and give all that money to yourself, you know, you might be a fair person and decent person, but they are so power hungry. They will destroy companies. They will pump companies. They will rotate out right on top of you. They will move money. They will hurt the general public. They do not believe in helping people in general. They believe that you get your small percentage gain every year until you're 65. You shut the fuck up. You get your pension. You get your 401k. You get your retirement, and you fucking die.
Imagine being this bitter. Life must be rough, bro. Well, I guess I'm not going to get anything in the materials sector. Just do not trust it at all. I guess it's time to look at industrials.
That's what they think. That's what they believe you're worthy of. And you haven't assessed yourself with a higher value than that, so why should they give you a higher value than that? If it's like when you put, you know, like grasshoppers in a jar. Did you know if you do this, like you put like grasshoppers in a jar, and you put a lid.
I can't wait for this
jar.
analogy to complete.
Before you put the lid on the jar, the grasshoppers can just jump out. They can just go anywhere, right? These bugs can just jump out and jump out and jump out. But if you take the fucking lid and put it on there for a week, and then you remove the lid from the jar, the grasshoppers can only jump as high as the lid. They can't escape. They don't think of jumping out because they've limited the way that they think to, I can't jump out because I've never jumped out. Why would I be able to jump out of this lid? Why would I be able to jump out of the jar and be free? That's what retirement is.
And the same can be said about you. Like, there's all sorts of profitable companies you could be investing in, but you've decided that, nah, I'm going to pick this one shitco company and I'm going to stick with it forever. Not once thinking about the idea that maybe, just maybe, there might be a better way.
For the working class. That's what work is for American people. They've limited you to just a worker and not a grower and not an improviser and not a problem solver and not a person worthy of freedom. They've stolen your entire future and your kids. They've stolen the land. They've imported fucking people to destroy you. What do you think they did? They pumped people in to destroy your city.
Wow.
They pumped these people in to extract money from you. They've done everything they can. They print, they pump, they destroy, and then they rotate that money and get rich somewhere else. And then you fucking follow them along with your pension and your 401k, and you say, can I please have some more? Can I please have some more?
Says the guy who will be collecting nothing but Social Security because he fucked his life, and he fucked his retirement, and he fucked any sort of financial future he'd have. Sitting here mocking average people. What an absolute prick. I hope he stays poor the rest of his life.
I just want a little bit more. I just want to retire at 65. Fuck these people, man. Fuck them. Fuck the banks. fuck Ken Griffin, fuck all those people. Take it back. It's your country. You guys do all the work and have none of the money. These pieces of shit print money, pump markets, destroy markets, and just rotate anywhere they want to go. And it's like, sorry you were left holding the bag. Shouldn't have let me manage your money. Should have been fucking financially literate. Not my fault you're stupid.
Says the most financially illiterate retard on the face of this earth.
Now they're getting bolder and bolder and bolder. Hey, we just had the '08 crisis. Seems like a good time to have COVID. We had COVID. Let's have another recession or Great Depression in the next 4 years. Let's destroy people. Let's just destroy these people. Let's just steal all the money. Let's just extract all the. Let's get them to work their ass off and then have nothing to show for it afterwards. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna buy some gold and silver.
Good for you.
That's not nothing. That's a finite resource. That's a precious metal. And if I take my
Oh
currency
man,
and put it
that's
into a
so
precious
special.
metal, I'll be able to survive because I know people need gold and silver. I know in order to keep your little scheme going, you need this. In order to keep the machine running, you need gold and silver.
Sure.
And the more America figures that out, the more they take control of their country. If you take control of gold and silver, then you take control of everything. There's not a technology in the world they can run without your fucking blessing, without coming through your market to haggle you for your gold and silver. They have to beg you to get that
tell
gold and silver out of your hands. Well, Chris, they'll just come with guns, and they've got F-47s. Bro, you got civilian clothing. There's nothing more terrifying than a guerrilla war.
Chris Sojka, the guerrilla warrior. Oh my god. This clown seriously thinks that anybody is afraid of his pasty white ass. The dude would probably get scared for the fucking recoil of a gun. Oh my god. Oh, that was a good laugh.
Okay? Stop being pussies and being like, well, the government will just
No, says the biggest pussy known to man.
step on us. That's only fucking leftists who think that way. Okay? Only leftists. If you're a leftist, just clear the room. This is for people with fucking balls, okay?
Oh, yeah, you've got so much testosterone swimming around in your ignorant fucking head.
Okay?
Oh, yeah, you tell them.
Is for people with balls.
You fucking tell them, Chris.
401ks and pension funds, that's for all you fucking people, okay? Go be safe. Go play it safe until you're 60.
People like him should just be left destitute on the street when the time comes. Let fucking Darwin run his fucking course on idiots like this. Imagine being so fucking arrogant. Oh yeah, you just play it safe. Yeah. And when you need your handout, when you're on the street, fucking retired with nothing, nobody come save this motherfucker. He earned his spot. Just let him die in a ditch.
I'm not playing that shit. I'm not playing that shit. We're at fucking war for the future of the republic. And we've got a bunch of people what they could do. I'm afraid of what they could do. Shut the fuck up. What can we do?
You should be the one that shuts the fuck up. You fucking ignorant muppet.
What could we do? How about that? What could we do if we wanted to do it? What if we came together? What the fuck could we do? We could do a lot worse than they can do. No one's supporting their little crony asses. The fuck are they gonna do? What can we do? If they come and confiscate.
Alright, yeah, well, I'm kind of done with him. And it's kind of late. And I think I've pretty well tested things, and I think it works just fine. Also, I'm just done of listening to this whiny bitch complain about how everything is working against him, while being just the biggest ignorant moron. So, you all have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow night.